हेलो फ्रेंड्स, क्या हाल चाल? बढ़िया एकदम. I welcome you all to pre-warrior batch of class 10th competition from Jagalpur Academy. My name is Jagalpur Mayur. In our previous videos, we have covered physics section, chemistry section and half section from maths. Now in this video, we are going to cover remaining section of maths, in which these are topics from which questions are there in this today's class. Now let us move towards first question of today's class, which says that a right angle triangle ABC, where angle B is 90 degree, is rotated about BC. If BC is equals to 16 centimeter and AC is equals to 20 centimeter, find the volume of right circular cone traced out by the triangle. Now क्वेश्चन क्या कह रहा है? This is ABC triangle. Suppose this is ABC triangle and this is base BC, and here point A is there. Now angle B is 90 degree and BC is 16 centimeter. BC is 16 centimeter and AC is 20 centimeter. This AC is 20 centimeter. Now first of all, by Pythagoras theorem we find AB. Now AB square plus BC square is equals to AC square. This is Pythagoras theorem because this is right angle. AC square is equals to AB square plus BC square. Now AB square plus BC square is 256 is equals to AC square. It is 400. Now AB square is equals to 400 minus 256, which is equals to 144. Therefore AB will be 12 centimeter. Unit is given is 12 centimeter. So AB value is 12 centimeter. Now this plane, this entire plane is rotated as like this. Suppose this is plane. Suppose this is triangular plane. Suppose this is plane. Suppose I have to rotate this plane as like this. Entire plane is rotated about this. Sorry, just this is plane. So entire plane is rotated like this. So if we rotate triangular plane, we get cone, right circular cone. We get right circular cone as like this. We get right circular cone now, whose height is 16 centimeter. This is height. This is height of cone. Height is equals to 16 centimeter. And now radius. This is radius. This is radius of cone B and this is A. So AB is equals to radius. So radius is equals to 12 centimeter. Now we have to find volume of cone. Now we know that volume of cone is equals to 1 by 3 times of pi r square h. Pi into r square into eh, where r is radius. Radius is 12 centimeter. So 1 by 3 into pi into 12 square. 12 square is 144 into height is 16 centimeter. Now what they have given? They have found in centimeter cube. So 1 by 3 into pi is 22 by 7. 22 by 7. Now 144 into 16. 144 into 16. If I cut here, then I will get here 48 times. Now 22 into 48 into 16 divided by 7. We have to do this calculation. Now 22 into 48 into 16. Now we can take 22 by 7 as 3.14. 3.14 into 48 into 16. Now if we calculate 3.14 into this, multiplication will come out to be 256 into 3, which is equals to 768. 768. Now we have to multiply 3.14 and 768. 768, 3.14 if we multiply that quantity, we shall get this value 2411.52. Now 2411.52, we are getting 2411.52, and which is close to 2413. 2413 is close to that. 2411.52 is close to 2413. So correct answer for this question should be option A. So option A should be correct answer for this question. In this question, we have to just imagine that if we take this plane and if we rotate this plane about this BC, so A will move in circle, A will move in circular path, and BC will be same. So if A moves in circular path, so it will be like cone shape. So we have to find volume of that cone, and volume of that cone is given by 1/3 into pi into radius square. What is radius square? AB square into height. So if we calculate this, we will get A as the correct answer. So correct answer for this question should be option A. Now let us move towards next question. Now, in next question, they have given that A, B, C are three positive and distinct number. A, B, C are greater than 0. They are positive. Since they are positive, A, B, C should be greater than 0. Now, A is not equal to B is not equal to C. A, B, C are not equal. This statement says that A, B, C are not equal. And now, delta value is given by 3ABC minus A cube minus B cube minus C cube. Then which of the following is correct? Option A says that delta is negative. Option B says that delta is positive. Option C says that if A plus B plus C is equals to 0, then delta is equals to 0. And option D says that none of this. Now, if A is greater than 0, B is greater than 0, C is greater than 0. A 0 से बड़ा है, B 0 से बड़ा है और C भी 0 से बड़ा है, तो A plus B plus C 0 नहीं हो सकते, कभी भी 0 नहीं हो सकते, क्योंकि all A plus A and B and C all are positive numbers. So A plus B plus C cannot be 0. So C cannot be answer surely. Now we have to find delta value. Now to solve this question, one simple method is there. We don't have to solve any theory here. We take just three arbitrary values. So I take two set of values, first and second. In first set, I assume A is equals to 1, B is equals to 2 and C is equals to 3. A is not equal to B and B is not equal to C and A is not equal to C. So A, B, C are different values and all these values are greater than 0. Let me take another set of values. A is equals to 2, B is equals to 4 and C is equals to 6. Suppose I take these values. Now, if I calculate this value from first, delta 1 for set 1, so I will get 3 times of value of A is 1, value of B is 2, value of C is 3, minus A cube is 1, minus B cube is 8, minus C cube is 27, is equals to 3 3s are 9, 9 2s are 18, 18 minus 1, minus 8 minus 27. If I calculate this value, I will get 27, 8, 1. This will be 18 minus 36. It will be minus 18. So delta 1 is negative. Delta 1 is less than 0. If I take another set of value, any set of value you can take on your basis, any set of value. But by shortcut, if we have to save our time in examination, so we have to apply shortcuts rather than proving this value to be negative. So if I take a is equals to 2, b is equals to 4, c is equals to 6, then I will get delta is equals to 3 times of a value 2, b value 4, c value 6, minus a cube is 8, minus b cube is 64, minus c cube is 216. It will come out to 6 4 the 24, 24 into 2 48, 48 into 3 144, 144 minus 8 minus 64 minus 216. Now 216 plus 64 280, 280 minus 8 minus 288, 144 minus 288, it will be coming minus 144. So delta 2 value also coming out to be negative. Delta 2 value also coming out to be negative. So B also not correct. Delta is not positive. Delta is negative. Surely for this question, correct answer should be option A. So we can prove this result by number theory also. But for shortcut, this is one shortcut. What is shortcut? Just put any three different values. Just put any three different values and then you will get the correct answer. So correct answer for this question should be option A. In the next question, it is asked that one card is drawn from pack of 52 cards. What is probability that the card drawn is either a red card or a king card? Now, let me explain concept of 52 cards. There are 52 cards in deck. In a deck, there are 52 cards. Total 52 cards. Now, this deck is divided in two colors. Based on color, this deck is divided into two colors. One color is red color and other color is black color. There are 26 red cards. There are 26 red cards and 26 black cards are there. Now, red cards are again divided into two. Red cards are again divided into two. Now, one of them is diamond cards. One set is diamond cards which contain 13 cards and other is heart card. It also contains 13 cards. 13 diamond cards, 13 heart cards. Now 13 diamond cards, 13 heart cards. Now, when among black colors, they are again categorized as spade card and again as club cards. There are 13 club cards and 13 spade cards. Now, these 13 cards are ace card. First card is named as ace card and it is denoted by A. Now, next cards are 2 to 10. 2 to 10. These are number cards. 2 to 10 number cards. 2 to 10 number cards. There are 10 number cards. One ace card, 10 number cards. Now, instead of writing 11, 12 and 13, instead of writing 11, 12 and 13, we just joker card, queen card and king card. Joker we can also name it as jack card or joker card. Now, instead of 11 joker is there, instead of 12 queen is there and instead of 13 king is there, and this set is called as face card. फेस का मतलब चेहरा, और इन सब के चेहरे होते हैं उस कार्ड पर, इन सब के चेहरे होते हैं. जोकर के लिए जोकर का चेहरा, क्वीन के लिए रानी का चेहरा, किंग के लिए राजा का चेहरा. These are called as face cards. Now first card is ace card. 2 to 10 are number cards and next three cards are, instead of 11 joker, instead of queen, instead of 12 queen is there, instead of 13 king is there. So total 13 cards. 13 this entire set is diamond also contains, heart also contains this set, spade also contains this set and club also contains this set. Now they have asked either red card. Red cards are 26. Red cards are 26. Either red. There are 26 red cards and among this we have included diamond cards and heart cards. 13 diamond cards are and 13 heart cards. So there are total 26 red cards and or रेड और किंग कार्ड्स. नाउ रेड कार्ड्स हमने सेलेक्ट किया, मतलब रेड के किंग हमने सेलेक्ट कर लिए. रेड कार्ड्स हमने सेलेक्ट कर लिया. रेड कार्ड्स और किंग कार्ड्स चाहिए, आइदर रेड और किंग. एक तो रेड होना चाहिए और किंग होना चाहिए. अगर रेड निकला तो ठीक है, अगर रेड नहीं निकला तो किंग निकलना चाहिए. तो किंग कहाँ पे है? इस पेड़ में एक किंग है, वन किंग यहाँ पे है और वन किंग यहाँ पे है. सो अगर रेड नहीं आता तो किंग आना चाहिए. रेड नहीं आया तो किंग आना चाहिए. तो रेड नहीं आया तो किंग कितने हैं एक्स्ट्रा? 2 किंग से. सो टोटल we can select either 26 cards, these 26 cards, or we can select these 2 cards. So we can select 26 cards from this and 2 cards from this. We have to select either 26 cards from this or either 1 cards from these 26 cards or 1 cards 2 cards, 1 king cards from spade and 1 king card from club. So we can select 26 plus 2. We can select out of 28 cards. We can select out of 28 cards for our given. Now but there are total 52 cards. So in out of 52 we can select 20. Out of 52 we have to select 1 cards and out of 28 we have to select 1 cards. Now total is this is total. In set of 52 cards we can select 1 card in 52 ways. 1 cards in 52 ways, मतलब 52 कार्ड है, 52 कार्ड्स है. 52 कार्ड्स हम 52 कार्ड्स एक कार्ड सेलेक्ट करने के लिए टोटल वेज कितने हैं? 52. मगर हमें क्या चाहिए? आइदर रेड चाहिए और 2 किंग चाहिए. तो आइदर रेड कितने हैं? 26 और किंग कितने हैं? टोटल 28. 28 divided by 52. If I divide this then I will get divided by 4. If I cancel by 4, 4 7 is 28 and 13 4 is 52. I will get 7 by 13 as the answer. So correct answer for this question should be 7 by 13 and which is given in option C. So option C should be correct answer for this question. Now in next question they have given that if 2 dice are rolled. Now what is dice? In the game of Ludo there is one cube here. एक क्यूब होता है, उसके 6 फेसेस पर यहाँ पे 1 2 3 4 5 एंड 6 लिखा होता है. एक डायस है. शकुनी मामा पता है? शकुनी मामा का वो डायस जो उन्होंने पांडवों के खिलाफ इस्तेमाल किया था उस खेल में, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, चौसर के खेल में. ये डायस है, इसमें 6 फेसेस है और 6 फेस में 1 2 3 4 5 6 लिखा होता है. अगर हम फेंकते हैं तो कौन सा भी एक आता है, अपर जो आता है, ऊपर जो आता है वो हम कंसीडर करते हैं. जब हम फेंकते हैं उसको, ऊपर वाले सरफेस पे जो नंबर आता है वो नंबर हम कंसीडर करते हैं. तो इफ 2 dice are thrown, now there are 2 dice. 2 dice are thrown. 1 dice and another dice. 2 dice are thrown. Now the probability that their sum is prime number. अगर 2 dice हम थ्रो करते हैं तो क्या क्या आ सकता है? 1 1 आ सकता है, 1 2 आ सकता है, 1 3 आ सकता है, 1 4 और 1 5 और 1 6. पहले डायस पे 1 तो दूसरे डायस पे क्या कुछ भी आ सकता है, 1 2 3 4 5 6. सपोज पहले डायस पे 2 आया तो फिर दूसरे डायस पे क्या क्या आ सकता है? 2 1 2 2 2 3 2 4 2 5 2 6. Suppose first dice comes 3 3 1 3 2, 3 3, 3 4, 3 5 and 3 6. Now if first dash number on the first dash, if it is 4, then 4 1, 4 2, 4 3, 4 4, 4 5 and 4 6. Now if first number is 5, then 5 1, 5 2, 5 3, 5 4, 5 5, 5 6. Now if 6 comes on first dash, then 6 1, 6 2, 6 3, 6 4, 6 5 and 6 6. Now there are total cases are 36. Total cases are 36. Total cases is equals to 36. Now we have to find those cases in which sum is prime number. अब we have to find first number plus second number. If first number plus second number is prime number, then we suppose A is event that sum is प्राइम नंबर. सो ऐसे कितने इवेंट हो सकते हैं? 1 + 1 2, इट इज प्राइम नंबर. 1 + 2 3 इज प्राइम नंबर. 1 + 3 नॉट प्राइम नंबर. 1 + 4 yes it is prime. 1 + 5 no. 1 + 6 it is prime number. Now 2 + 1 yes it is prime number. 2 + 2 4 it is not prime number. 2 + 3 is prime number. 2 + 4 it is not prime. 2 + 5 it is prime. 2 + 6 it is not prime. Now 3 + 1 4 is not prime. 3 + 2 5 is prime. 3 + 3 6 is not prime. 3 + 4 7 is prime. 3 + 5 8 is not prime. 3 + 6 9 is not prime. 4 + 1 it is prime. 4 + 2 not prime. 4 + 3 yes 7 is prime. 4 + 4 8 is not prime. 4 + 5 9 is not prime. 4 + 6 10 is also not prime. Now 5 + 1 6 is not prime. 5 + 2 7 is prime. 5 + 3 8 is not prime. 5 + 4 9 is not prime. 5 + 5 10 is not prime. 5 + 6 11 is prime. Now 6 + 1 7 is prime. 6 + 2 8 is not prime. 6 + 3 9 is not prime. 6 + 4 10 is not prime. 6 + 5 11 is prime. 6 + 6 12 is not prime. Now we have to find prime cases. So we have to find tick marked cases, right marked cases. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 and 15. In 15 numbers there are 15 numbers. N of A is equals to 15. There are 15 numbers where sum is prime. So total cases are 36, out of which we can choose 15 cases. So probability will be 15 upon 36. If I cancel 3, then I will get 5 divided by 12. So probability would come out to be 5 out of 12. So 5 by 12. It is given in option A. So correct answer for this question should be option A. So option A should be correct answer for this question. Now let us move towards next question. Students, whenever I am giving question, you have to write the question in your notebook. I am showing the question on your screen, and you have to note that question, and you have to try that question for 5 minutes or whenever you get. You have to try that question on your own, and then you have to watch my video, next video. Watch from it. Then you have to watch from it. Now, in next question, a tree is broken by the wind. Suppose this is one tree. This is one tree, and this is road. I don't make anything on the tree. Just I tree as a one line. I take just one line as a tree. Now tree is broken by the wind. Now यहाँ से ट्री हवा के झरोके से, हवा बहुत तेज है, सो यहाँ पे हवा का झरोका आया और ये ट्री, ये जो ट्री है यहाँ से ऐसे आके यहाँ पे गिरा ग्राउंड पे। सो फिर इसकी जो लेंथ होगी उसकी लेंथ इतनी होगी। ये ट्री है यहाँ से टूटा है, यहाँ से टूटने के बाद ये ऐसे जमीन पे यहाँ पे जाके गिरेगा, नीचे से नहीं टूटा, ये ट्री कहीं से तो बीच में टूटा है, बीच में ट्री कट हुआ है और कट होने की वजह से ये भाग, ये जो पोर्शन है ट्री का, ये पोर्शन जमीन पे आके गिरा है। नाउ दिस इज राइट एंगल, ट्री इज ऑलवेज वर्टिकल, ट्री इज ऑलवेज वर्टिकल, सो इट इज एब्सोल्युटली राइट एंगल. Now a tree is broken by the wind, its upper part touches the ground at point 10 meters from the foot. मतलब ये जो अपर पार्ट है ये पहले यहाँ था, यहाँ से आने के बाद नीचे गिरा और ये दिया है हमें 10 मीटर दिया है, ये दिया है हमें 10 मीटर दिया है, 10 मीटर पे जाके गिरेगा. Now from the foot of the tree an angle makes 45 degree at this point it makes angle 45 degree. This angle is 45 degree. Now this is 90 degree, this is 45 degree. So this angle also 45 degree because 90 plus 45 plus 45 is equals to 180 degree. By angle sum property of triangle, sum of interior angle of triangle is 180 degree. So this angle is 45 degree. Now this angle 45 degree, this angle 45 degree. So this is isosceles triangle. So angle opposite to these sides, sides opposite to these angles are equal. So if it is 10, then it also 10. It is also 10 meter. Now if I find this side, if I find this side, so Pythagoras theorem, suppose let me name A and let me name it as B. So AB will be, AB is equals to 10 square plus 10 square whole root. By Pythagoras theorem, AB will come out to be under root of 10 square plus 12 square. Under root of 100 plus 100 is equals to under root of 200. If I common out 10, then I will get 10 into root 2. So this height is, this length is 10 root 2. If this length is 10 root 2, then this length also should be 10 root 2. जहां से ये कटेगा वहां से यहाँ पे ये गिरेगा, तो ये हुआ, ये है कटा हुआ पार्ट, लेकिन कटा हुआ पार्ट ये है. सो इस पार्ट की लेंथ और इस पार्ट की लेंथ इक्वल होगी. सो वी हैव टू फाइंड height of entire tree. We have to find height of entire tree. Suppose it is point P and it is point Q. We have to find PQ. Now PQ is PA plus AQ. PQ is PA plus AQ. So PQ is PA plus AQ. So entire height is PA is 10 meter plus AQ is 10 root 2 meters. So if I common out 10, then I will get 10 into root 2 plus 1 meter. Now it is given in option B. So correct answer for this question should be option B. So correct answer for this question should be option B. It is one of the important question from trigonometry. They just make you to apply the trigonometry concepts. What are trigonometry concepts? Just here we can solve this problem by trigonometry also. If it is 45 degree, tan 45 is 1. Tan 45 is 1 means opposite side by adjacent side is 1. So opposite side is equals to adjacent side. That only we have done by isosceles triangle concept. Now this is most beautiful application of trigonometry. Now you have to note this solution. Now in next question they have given that point xy is equidistant from a plus b, comma b minus a, and a minus b, comma a plus b. Then which of the following is correct? Now next question is from coordinate geometry and some logic. In class 10th, there is slope intercept form of line. Slope intercept form of line, which is given by y is equals to mx, y is equals to mx plus c, where m is slope of line and c is y-intercept. C is y-intercept of line and m is slope of line. Now, if two lines are perpendicular, and slope of them is m1 and m2, suppose this line is L1 and this line is L2, so slope of L1 is m2. Let me name as just according to prefix. L1 has slope m1 and L2 has slope m2. Now if these lines are perpendicular, then relation between m1 and m2 is given by m1 into m2 is -1. Product of them is -1. Product of m1 and m2 is -1 if product of slope of two lines. If product of slopes of two lines is -1, then two lines are perpendicular to each other. This is important result. We have to remember this result up to class 11th. When you come to class 11th, you will get proof for this reason. This m1 why m1 m2 is -1. You will get proof of this in class 11th. So till 11th you have to remember that m1 m2 is equals to -1. For perpendicular lines, product of slopes is -1. Now let me introduce concept of perpendicular bisector. Now suppose this is point A and this is point B. Now suppose I say that draw the diagram such that on that diagram any point is equidistant from A and B. We have to draw figure such that any point on that figure is equidistant from A and B. मतलब एक फिगर हमें निकालने हैं, फिगर हमें ड्रॉ करने हैं जिस फिगर पे कौन सा भी पॉइंट हम कौन सा भी पॉइंट ले तो उस पॉइंट का A से और B से डिस्टेंस सेम होना चाहिए, और वो डायग्राम होती है ये परपेंडिकुलर बाइसेक्टर वाली वो लाइन होती है. अगर हम इस लाइन पे कोई भी पॉइंट ले, सपोज आई टेक दिस पॉइंट, सो if its distance from A and distance from B is equal, so I will prove. Now this is 90 degree, this is also 90 degree since it is perpendicular. Now since it is bisector, this side and this side is equal and this side is common side. By SAS test, suppose I take this point as P. By SAS test, triangle AP, suppose I name as Q, this point as Q. APQ is congruent to triangle APQ is congruent to triangle BPQ. Now from equality of triangles, we can say that AP is equals to BP. So we have proved that if any point we have to set any point such that its distance from two given points is equal, then this point lies on perpendicular bisector of this line, this segment. This point lies on perpendicular bisector of this line segment. Now in this question they have given that, let me again draw the diagram. They have given that one point is there, its coordinate is A plus B comma B minus A. They have given another point such that its coordinate is A minus B comma A plus B. Now if I calculate its slope, if 2 points are given, then slope is calculated by, slope is equals to difference between y2 difference between y coordinates divided by difference between x coordinates. We just y का डिफरेंस डिवाइडेड बाय x का डिफरेंस. y का डिफरेंस क्या है? a प्लस बी माइनस b माइनस a. दिस इज डिफरेंस y, difference in y divided by difference in x. So we have subtracted from this to this. We have subtracted this from this. A plus b minus b minus a. So in x also we have to take first this. A minus b minus of a plus b. So if we calculate slope, then we will get a plus b minus b plus a divided by a minus b minus a minus b. If we calculate slope of this line, let me name slope this as m1 is equals to, then it will come 2a divided by minus 2b. 2a divided by minus 2b, it will be minus a by b. So its slope is minus a by b. So let me erase this portion. So we from this formula of slope, we have found slope of this line. Now I have to find slope of this line. I have to find slope of this line. Now this line is perpendicular bisector. Since any point is equidistant, suppose I take this point. So this point lies on perpendicular bisector. Now only I explained. Now this line is perpendicular to this line. Slope. So m2 is equals to what? So now only I explained that m1 into m2 is equals to minus 1. m1 into m2 is minus 1. But m1 is minus a by b into m2 is equals to minus 1. I make just minus, and here also minus. I just cancel minus minus. So m2 into a divided by b is equals to 1. So m2 will be b divided by a. So slope of this line will be b divided by a. So we have found slope of this line. Now we have found slope. Now we have to find this point. This point is midpoint of these two lines. This line segment. This point is midpoint of these 2 points. This is midpoint of these 2 points. Now midpoint is calculated by suppose 2 points are given and we have to find midpoint. Then we can find x coordinate as x1 plus x2 divided by 2. x1 plus x2 divided by 2. मतलब इसको इसमें ऐड करो और डिवाइड बाय 2 करो. ऐड करो और डिवाइडेड बाय 2 करो. ऐड करेंगे तो a प्लस b प्लस a माइनस b divided by 2. So if we get x coordinate of this as b will cancel and 2a divided by 2, x coordinate will be a. So x coordinate of this will be a. Now if we have to find y coordinate, then also we add these two y coordinates. This is y coordinate, this is one y coordinate. We add directly them. b minus a plus b divided by 2. So minus plus cancel. So 2b divided by 2 is equals to b. So y coordinate will be a comma b. Now for this line we have found one point and slope. Now slope point form of line. Slope point form of line is given by y minus y1. What is y1? y1 is y coordinate of that point which lies on this line. Now is equals to m into, what is m? Slope of this line, and slope of this line is m2 into x minus x1. And what is x1? x1 is x coordinate of this line. Now just this is equation of entire this. Now let me erase all these things, extra things. we have found this point, and we know that slope of this line is what was the slope? I think it was b by a. Now we know that point is a by a comma b, and slope of this line is b comma a. Now if I put this value in this equation, y minus y1 is b is equals to m is b by a, m times of x minus x1, and x1 is a. So if I cross multiply, then I will get 8 into y minus b is equals to b into x minus a. Now ay minus ab is equals to bx minus ab. If I cancel ab and ab from here, then I will get ay is equals to bx. So ay is equals to bx will be correct. And so for this question, correct answer should be option C. It is given in option C. So correct answer for this question should be option C. Now let us move towards next question. Now in next question, they have given that they have asked condition for collinearity. Now suppose A point is there, B point is there, and C point is there. Suppose these 3 points are there. They are collinear. Suppose they are collinear if slope of AB and slope of BC is equal. What is slope? Slope is angle made by this line with positive x-axis. Tan of angle. Slope is, suppose this is theta. Suppose this angle is theta. Then slope is tan theta. If I take from this also, I will get same theta. If I draw slope from this point also, I will get same theta. Now if 3 points are collinear, then slope obtained by this line AB and slope obtained by BC should be equal. Now they have given that -1, 3, 2, P and 5, -1 are collinear. -1, 3, 2, P and 5, 3. Sorry, 5, -1. 5, -1 are collinear. Now suppose A point is -1, 3, B point is 2, P and C point is 5, -1. Now for collinear points, slope of AB must be equal to slope of BC. Slope of AB must be equal to slope of BC. If slopes are not equal, then these 2 points will be as like this at some angle. Suppose A is here, B is here, and C is suppose here. Suppose if slopes are not equal, then this theta1 and this theta2 are different. If slopes are not different, then tan theta1 is not equal to tan theta2, and since tan theta1 is not equal to tan theta2, this line will not be collinear. These points will not be collinear. Now slope of AB is equals to slope of BC. Now slope of AB is difference between y coordinates. Suppose I subtract from this coordinate to this coordinate, P minus 3 divided by 2 minus -1 is equals to slope of BC. Slope of BC is -1 minus P. -1 minus P divided by 5 minus 2. So P minus 3 divided by 2 minus -1, it will be 3 is equals to -1 minus P divided by 5 minus 2, it is 3. So 3 cancel. So p minus 3 will be minus 1 minus p. Now if I bring p from here to here, then I will get 2p is equals to minus 1 plus 3. So 2p is equals to 2. So p value comes out to be 1. So value of p should be 1, and it is given in option A. So correct answer for this question should be option A. To solve this question, there are multiple methods. So one of the method is distance method, and other method is area of triangle formed by these 3 points is 0. Area of triangle formed by these 3 points is 0. We can apply that formula also, but this is most simple method. Slope method is most simple method to do this question. So this was our next question. In this question, they have asked 4 to 5 questions from trigonometry direct formula. Trigonometry direct formulae. Now, there are 2-3 important formulae in trigonometry. One of the formula is sin square theta plus cos square theta is equals to 1. This is nothing but Pythagoras theorem. If I have to prove this, then suppose this is triangle A, B, C. Suppose this is theta. So sin theta will be AB by AC. So sin square theta will be AB square divided by AC square. Now similarly, if I take cos theta, then I will get BC divided by AC. I will get BC divided by AC. If I square it, cos square theta will be BC square divided by AC square. Cos square theta will be BC square divided by AC square. If I add sin square theta plus cos square theta, if I add sin square theta plus cos square theta, then I will get AB square plus BC square divided by AC square. Now by Pythagoras theorem, AB square plus BC square is nothing but AC square. So if I replace numerator by AC square, then I will get AC square divided by AC square. AC square divided by AC square is 1. So sin square theta plus cos square theta is 1. So in many competitive exams, they will ask directly questions from this concept, this formula. Now again, tan square theta plus 1 is equals to secant square theta. This is also from this we can prove. Again one formula is there. Cot square theta plus 1 is equals to cosecant square theta. Cot square theta plus 1 is equals to cosecant square theta. These 3 are important formulae of today's class. You have to remember this. In anyhow, there will be definite 1 or 2 questions from this formula. Sin square theta plus cos square theta is equals to 1. Proof is this. Now if I divide sin square theta by entire equation by cos square theta, then sin square theta divided by cos square theta is tan square theta. If I divide this also cos square theta, I will get 1. Tan square theta plus 1 is equals to, if I divide 1 by cos square theta, then I will get secant square theta. Tan square theta plus 1 is equals to secant square theta. If I divide this entire equation by sin square theta, then I will get 1 plus cot square theta is equals to 1 by sin square theta. 1 by sin square theta is nothing but cos square theta, cosecant square theta. Now we have to remember these 3 formulae. Now next question is from this formula itself. Now they have given that tan square theta is equals to tan square alpha they have given. If this formula is valid for theta, if this formula is valid for theta, it is applicable for all angles of theta. So if we can replace theta by anything. If we can replace theta by alpha, theta by A, theta by B, anything, it is applicable for any value of angle. Now tan square alpha is equals to 1 minus p square. Tan square alpha is equals to 1 minus p square. Now they have asked what is value of secant alpha plus tan cube alpha into cosecant alpha. Now suppose I write tan cube alpha plus cosecant alpha, sorry, into cosecant alpha as like this. Suppose I divide tan square alpha into tan alpha. I can write tan cube alpha as tan square alpha into tan alpha into cosecant alpha into cosecant alpha. Now tan square alpha into, instead of writing into symbol, we can write dot symbol for product. We can write just this dot symbol. Now tan alpha is sin alpha by cos alpha. Sin alpha divided by cos alpha into cosecant alpha. Now cosecant alpha is reciprocal of sin alpha. So sin alpha into cosecant alpha will be 1. Sin alpha into cosecant alpha will be 1. So tan square alpha into, this is 1 divided by cos alpha. This is 1 divided by cos alpha. But 1 divided by cos alpha is nothing but secant alpha. 1 divided by cos alpha is nothing but secant alpha. So I can write this entire value as like this. So if I write secant alpha plus this value, I can write tan square alpha into secant alpha. Tan square alpha into sec alpha. If I common out secant alpha, then I will get secant alpha into 1 plus tan square alpha. 1 plus tan square alpha. Now only I given formula 1 plus tan square theta is equals to secant square theta. So 1 plus tan square alpha is equals to secant square alpha. So secant alpha into secant square alpha. Secant alpha into secant square alpha. We have to find what is value of secant cube alpha. We have to find this value. Now they have given tan square alpha is equals to 1 minus p square. Tan square alpha is equals to 1 minus p square. Tan square alpha is equals to 1 minus p square. So if I add 1 to both sides, if I add 1 to both sides, then I will get 1 plus tan square alpha as secant square alpha. 1 plus tan square alpha is equals to secant square alpha is equals to 1 plus 1 minus 2p minus p square. I will get 2 minus p square. So secant square alpha is 2 minus p square. We have to find secant cube alpha. Now if I take square root on both sides, then I will get secant alpha is equals to 2 minus p square. I will get secant alpha is equals to 2 minus p square. If I cube on both sides, then I will get secant cube alpha is equals to 2 minus p square whole power 3 by 2. This root I can take as 1 by 2 power. So 2 minus p square into 2 minus p square to the power 3 by 2. So it is given in 2 minus p square whole power 3 by 2. It is given in option C. So correct answer for this question should be option C. Now you have seen that they have used the formula 1 times here and 1 times here to calculate secant square alpha. So these three formula are very important in every question paper from entrance test. Any entrance test, there will be 2 or 3 questions based on these three formulae. Now let us move towards next question. Now in next question is from geometric progression of infinite terms. Now this question is basically from class 11th, and many students will not be able to solve this question because they don't know what is infinite GP. Now basically what is geometric progression? geometric progression. Now in arithmetic progressions, suppose first term is a, so next term will be a plus d, a plus 2d, a plus 3d, up to so on. We add constant number. Suppose 2 is there, next term is 5 is there, next term will be 8, next term will be 11. So difference between two numbers is constant. So 5 minus 2 3, 8 minus 5 3, 11 minus 8 3. So difference between two number is constant. Now in case of geometric progression, ratio is constant. Suppose first number is 2, second number is 6. So we have multiplied 2 by 3 to get 6. So next term will be 6 into 3 18. Next term will be 18 into 3 54. Next term will be 54 into 3. It will be 162. As like this. Geometric progression, ratio is constant. So 6 divided by 2 3. 18 divided by 6 3. 54 divided by 3 18 3. 164 divided by 54 3. So in geometric progressions, ratio is constant. In case of arithmetic progression, difference is constant. We can remember geometric progression as like this. Now if common ratio is less than 1, now if common ratio is less than 1, suppose first term is 4, so if common ratio is 1 by 2, then next term will be 4 into 1 by 2, next term will be 4, next term will be 2 into 1 by 2, it will be 1, next term will be 1 by 2, next term will be 1 by 4, next term will be 1 by 8, as like this. Now if common ratio is less than 1, if common ratio is less than 1, then sum of infinite terms is given by formula first term of this GP. First term of this GP is 4 divided by 1 minus common ratio. 1 minus common ratio. In case of arithmetic progression, we say that common difference. Difference. What is difference? What is in case of arithmetic progression? It is common difference. D is common difference. A plus D, A plus 2D. D is common difference. But here we say that common ratio. What is common ratio? If common ratio is less than 1, applicable if common ratio is less than 1 only. This formula is applicable only if common ratio is less than 1. If common ratio is greater than 1, then we cannot find sum of infinite terms. Then sum of infinite terms in case of ratio is less than 1 is given by first term divided by 1 minus common ratio. Here common ratio is 1 by 2 and 1 by 2 is less than 1. 1 by 2 is less than 1. 1 by 2 is less than 1. So we can find sum of infinite terms. There are infinite terms, infinitely many terms. In this case, first term is 4 and 1 minus common ratio. 1 minus common ratio. Common ratio is 1 by 2. 1 minus 1 by 2 will be 1 by 2. 4 divided by 1 by 2. It will be 8. Sum of infinite terms for this question. For this question, sum infinite. This series will have sum is equals to 8. 8 will be sum of this series. Now we have to remember sum of infinite terms as first term divided by 1 minus common ratio if common ratio is less than 1. Now based on this concept, they have given one form question. Based on this, they have given question in which they have given 1 plus sin x. 1 plus sin x plus sin square x plus up to so on is equals to 4 plus 2 root 3. Now, if we carefully observe, if I multiply first term by sin x, I will get second term. If I multiply this term by sin x, I will get this term. If I multiply this term by sin x, I will get this term. So we have found that this is geometric progression. Now sin x value is always less than 1. Value of sin x is always less than 1. Now we can apply, yes, this is infinite GP. They haven't given end here. They made this value to infinite. Now S infinity is sum of infinite terms. Sum of infinite terms is first term. First term A, 1. A is 1. First term is 1 divided by 1 minus common ratio. Common ratio is sin x. 1 minus sin x. So 1 divided by 1 minus sin x is equals to S infinity. But they have given S infinity is 4 plus 2 root 3. 4 plus 2 root 3. Now if I multiply this by its conjugate, 4 minus 2 root 3 and 4 minus 2 root 3. If I multiply it by its conjugate, then I will get here 4 into 4, 16 minus 2 root 3, 4 minus 4 square minus 2 square, 2 root 3 whole square. 2 root 3 square is given by 4 into 3. It is 12. 16 minus 12 divided by 4 minus 2 root 3. 4 minus 2 root 3. 16 minus 12 is 4. 16 minus 12 is 4. Now, if I common out 4 from here, then I will get 4 into here 1 minus root 3 by 2 will be there. I have common out 4. So if I multiply it by 2 divided by 2 and again common out 4. So I will get cancel this and this. So it will be equal to 1 minus 1 by sin x. 1 minus sin x. So if I compare these two values, I will get 1 minus root 3 by 2 is equals to 1 minus sin x. 1 minus root 3 by 2 is equals to 1 minus sin x. So if I cancel 1 and 1, I will get minus root 3 by 2 is equals to minus sin x. I again made it plus. So root 3 by 2 is equals to sin x. Sin x root 3 by 2 कब होता है? Sin 60 degree is equals to root 3 by 2. If we discuss from 0 to 90, in that case sin 60 will be root 3 by 2. In case of 90 to 180, sin 120 will be root 3 by 2. So either that angle is 60 degree or that angle is 120 degree. If you calculate 60 degree, there are two options. One is 30 degree and 60 degree. Sin 30 is 1 by 2, but we get sin 30 as sin theta as root 3 by 2. So 30 is not solution. So correct answer for this question should be option B, which says that sin 60 and sin 120. So correct answer for this question should be option B. This is one of the beautiful questions from today's class. This entire concept is from 11th class, but why they have given, I don't know. Now, next question is again from trigonometry. Now from this, next remaining 3 questions are all questions are from trigonometry. Now in next question, they have given sin x by a is equals to cos x by b is equals to tan x by c is equals to k, and then we have to find value of bc plus 1 by ck plus ak divided by 1 plus bk. Now they have given sin x by a. Sin x by a is equals to cos x by b is equals to tan x divided by c is equals to k. Now if I write sin x from this, then I will get sin x is equals to ak, cos x is equals to bk, tan x is equals to ck. Now we have to find bc value. So to find bc value, I multiply this term and this term. Then I will get cos x into tan x. Cos x into tan x will be bck square. Bck square. If you see option carefully, they have eliminated b and c from options. So we have to write entire thing into a and k. Now let me just explain how we can convert it. Now cos x is cos x into tan x. I can write tan x as sin x by cos x. Sin x divided by cos x is equals to bck square. Now from here cos x and cos x will be cancelled. Sin x will be bck square. From these two, sin x will be bck square. But here sin x is ak. So ak value will be bck square. So if I cancel 1k from here, then I will get a is equals to bc into k. A is equals to bc into k. So bc value will be a divided by k. Bc value will be a divided by k. Let me box this value because I need value of bc. Now they have found value of 1 by ck plus ak divided by 1 plus bk. Now 1 by ck, tan x is ck, so 1 by ck will be cot x. 1 by ck will be cot x. So ak is sin x. ak is nothing but sin x. 1 plus bk, bk is cos x. So 1 plus cos x. We have to find cot x plus sin x divided by 1 plus cos x. Now I write cot x as cos x divided by sin x. Cos x divided by sin x. Now if I cross multiply this, I will get 1 plus cos x into cos x plus sin square x divided by 1 plus cos x into sin x. 1 plus cos x into sin x. Now if I multiply these two terms by this cos x, then I will get cos x plus cos square x plus sin square x divided by 1 plus cos x into sin x. 1 plus cos x into sin x. Now again formula came, sin square x plus cos square x. Now only I explained that sin square theta plus cos square theta is 1. So sin square x plus cos square x it will be 1. So if I write cos x plus 1 divided by 1 plus cos x, 1 plus cos x into sin x. So 1 plus cos x, 1 plus cos x will be cancelled and we will get 1 by sin x. So sin x is ak. So 1 by sin x will be 1 by ak. So this entire value is nothing but 1 by ak. Now this value we have to add bc plus this value. So bc is 1 by k. bc is 1 by k plus this entire value is 1 by ak. So entire value is 1 by ak. If I common out 1 by k from here, then I will get a plus 1 by a. So correct answer for this question should be 1 by k times of a plus 1 by a, and it is given in option A. Option B. It is in option B. So correct answer for this question should be option B. This is one of the beautiful question in which we have to get these steps. to get these steps it is more difficult. This is advanced problems. So we have to so first of all we have to get these steps, important steps, and then we have to apply sin square x plus cos square x is equals to 1. That formula also we have to apply here. So it was one of the beautiful questions from today's class. Now next question says that which of the following is possible. Option A is sin theta is equals to 2. Option B says that cos theta is 17 by 5. Option C says that secant theta is 4 by 5. And option D says that tan theta is equals to 2. Now Now, let me take one triangle here, A, B and C. Let me name this as theta. Now, sin theta is equals to this side. Let me name AB as C, BC as A and AC as B. Sin theta will be C by B. Cos theta will be A by B. Tan theta will be C by A. Cosecant theta will be B by C. Secant theta will be B by A. And cot theta will be A by C. Now, this is triangle. So, angle theta may vary from 0 to 90 degree. Now, this is hypotenuse. And hypotenuse is largest side. So C divided by B. B is greater than C. Since B is greater than or equal to C, if theta tends to 90, then sin 90 will be 1. So sin theta, maximum value of sin theta is 1. Sin theta cannot be more than 1. Why? Because hypotenuse cannot be less than its opposite side. This side cannot be more than hypotenuse, since square of this side plus square of this side is square of this side. So it will not be sin theta maximum value 1. So if sin theta is less than 1, cosecant theta always greater than 1. This is sin theta is, you can remember that 1 minus or 1 minus something. Sin theta is less than 1 and cosecant theta is always greater than 1. Similarly, cos theta is also 1 minus. So cos theta is also less than 1. So if this is minus symbol says that less than 1. This minus says that 1 something negative 1. Something minus from 1. So cos theta will be something less than 1. And similarly secant theta will be 1 plus. Now, tan theta and cot theta are those two values which can take from 0 to infinity or minus infinity to infinity. Tan theta, cot theta vary from minus infinity to plus infinity. मतलब tan theta कोई भी ले लो वो एक्सेप्ट करेगा. माइनस इंफिनिटी टू प्लस इंफिनिटी कुछ भी लो एक्सेप्ट करेगा. Now sin theta cannot be greater than 1 and cosecant theta and secant theta cannot be less than 1. Now in this question, first option says that sin theta is equals to 2. Sin theta is equals to 2. E is not possible. A option is not possible. B, cos theta is 17 by 5. 17 by 5 is 3.4. 3.4 is not less than 1. Now option C says that secant theta is equals to 4 by 5. 4 by 5 is 0.8. Now 0.8 is less than 1. So secant theta will not be 4 by 5. And now tan theta they have given 2. So tan theta may vary from minus infinity to infinity. It can take any value. So tan theta can be anything. So correct answer for this question should be option D. Now in next question they have given one function question. It is very simple question. if you apply logic for that question, and it is very difficult question if you solve it by method. If you solve it by method, you will take nearly 10 to 15 minutes to solve this question, and your entire time will be gone into this question only. So we can apply our brain here. So for every real value of x, this function is valid. Now let me write that function. That function value is f of k. F of k of x is equals to 1 by k times of sin power kx plus cos power kx. For every value it is valid. So we take x is equals to 0, or we take x is equals to 90. X is equals to 0, x is equals to 90 are most simplest. हर किसी को वैलिड है, मतलब 0 को भी वैलिड होगा. हर किसी को वैलिड है, मतलब 90 डिग्री को भी वैलिड होगा. sin 90 is equals to 1 होता है. sin 90 1, cos 90 0. So 1 and 0 are most simple value. Now they have asked that k greater than 1, k is greater than 1, and they have asked us to find f4 of x minus f6 of x, and the options are constants. Options are 1 by 6, 1 by 3, 1 by 9 and 1 by 12. Option is not depending upon x. So we can take any arbitrary value of x. Suppose I take 0 degree. Suppose I take 0 degree. I take both 0 and 90 degree to convince the correct answer. So we are using verification method. This method is known as verification method. We can apply this verification method whenever such complex questions will come. Now if I take 0 degree, then f4 of x0, if I put x is equals to 0, so k value 1 by 4, k value 1 by 4, I put here 1 by 4. Sin power 4, x we have put 0 degree, plus cos power 4, x we again put 0. So I will get 1 by 4. 0 degree, sin of 0 degree is 0, plus cos of 0 degree 1. 1 to the power 4 is 1. So f of 4 will be 1 by 4. Similarly, if I calculate f of 6, f6 of x is equals to, I will get 1 by 6 times of sin power 6x plus cos power 6x. Sin power 6x plus cos power 6x. 1 by 6 times of, again 0 plus 1, again 1 by 6. f6 of x will be 1 by 6. Now we have to find f4 of x minus f6 of x. We have to find this value minus this value. Then we will get 1 by 4 minus 1 by 6. So if we calculate 6 minus 4 divided by 24, it will be 2 divided by 24. It will be 1 by 12. It will be 1 by 12. Now if you take 90 degree also, you will get same answer. Why? Because in case of 90 degree, sin value is 1, cos value is 0. So again you will get same answer. So for this question should be, correct answer should be option D, which is 1 by 12. So we are stopping our today's lecture here. So पढ़ाई करते रहे. All the very best.